McHale who gets a catch. He's got patrol.
It's a hockey night from the Vadnais Sports Center in Vadnais Heights, Minnesota, as the number 7 AA White Bear Lake Bears welcome the number 1 AA Edina Hornets to town, and it's yours this evening thanks to SCC TV. I'm Jeff Ditcher, and with me, on loan from Carroll Evan, is one of White Bear's own, and formerly Randy Shaver's third hand. He's Tim McNiff.
Indeed I am. Guilty.
We have a dandy that the hockey gods have given us.
Right. Absolutely. Big one for White Bear tonight. It's on their home ice. This is where the Bears are very tough to beat. But really, this is a measuring stick for the Bears. I mean, Edina comes in here tonight, and this is an opportunity for White Bear to prove something, that they can play with these teams from the West Metro.
Now, White Bear has won 2 of their last 3 that they have played. Keep in mind, Blaine's game on January 29th was canceled due to weather, or certain doom. But they beat Roseville 6-1 and also Stillwater 3-0 in their last 2 games before this one tonight.
And that win it came at Lily Lake, so that's on the road at Stillwater, and that's a big one for White Bear to go up there and get that win. Nice road test for Tim Sager's team. Good win, and so now this is it. This is to get Hill Murray coming in here from the west. Hill Murray on the mind from White Bear Lake. Edina coming in here, and a great chance for the Bears to say, okay, we know where we are in our conference, which is right now on top, but now where do we stand in the whole landscape?
These teams sharing 17 wins, Edina with 2 losses, White Bear with 3. Let's flip the script a little bit and talk about Edina. They have won 4 of the last 4 games that they've played. Their game with Centennial postponed also due to weather. And that last game out against Hopkins on the road was an 8-2 win for the Hornets.
Not a shocker. I mean, Hopkins is a basketball school. I mean, that's not one of those schools. When you're in that, what used to be the Lake Conference, Hopkins is one of those programs that has not had one of the stronger programs. It's Wayzata, it's Minnetonka. Those are the teams that you're really kind of looking at out there. But this is your typical Edina team. There's some big names, legacy names on this team. Chorsky's a name, Nevers another one. But if you're on this team, you're there for a reason. I mean, the competition is as stiff as it is anywhere in the state to make this club. If you're on that Edina Hornets team, you got game.
And we will talk up those names that you mentioned tonight. Let's introduce you to both teams. We'll start with the Edina Hornets as the road team. Their goaltender, Loudon Hogue, 13-2-1 with a shutout, or a combined shutout, coming on January 5th against St. Louis Park.
Yeah, the 2 goalies actually combined for that one. That was kind of nice. And again, St. Louis Park, one of those teams where you probably can switch goaltenders and still end up with a win.
And for White Bear Lake, Tyler Steffens in the net. He's 9-0 with 2 shutouts. The last one coming January 24th against Mounds View, and he has an offensive assist.
Oh, nice. Yeah, did not know that. Yeah, the Bears, this is a team that has beaten Cretin already, and Cretin's a team that won the Holiday Classic at this winter, and a nice team beating Hill Murray. So this is a real team, and this is a good, like I said before, it's a good measuring game for the Bears tonight to kind of see where they are heading into the stretch run.
We will pause and we'll bring you the first period, and that comes your way on SCC TV coming up next.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
The anthem has been played and the tribute to the USA made by none other than Francis Scott Key. And from the Vadnais Sports Center, we get set for White Bear Lake and Edina. Jeff Disher alongside Tim McNiff, and we are ready to go. Hope you are too, as this is a matchup of two teams in the top 10 in the state of Minnesota in Class AA. Tim, your thoughts?
Yeah, not traditional rivals. This is a game that, when White Bear put it on the schedule, they said we're getting them out at our place. This is a great chance for us to measure ourselves. Edina is the measuring stick in AA. They haven't won a state championship in 4 years, and that's not what you expect out of this Hornets program, and that's not what they expect from themselves. So to get them in here where White Bear has not lost so far this season, it's a great opportunity for Tim Sager to see where his club is. And now, if you're the Bears going forward, you're going to get in a section play and say, are we afraid of Hill Murray? Are we afraid of Stillwater? Are we afraid of Cretin-Derham Hall? Heck, we've seen Edina.
Let's introduce you to the starters on the skating front for White Bear Lake. It'll be Cooper Anderson alongside Spencer Millard. Blake Meister in the circle for White Bear Lake. It'll be Mason Nevers in the circle for Edina, flanked by Michael Shoemaker and Jet Jungles, and we are underway. So, as Wild Cherry once said, let's play that funky music, white boy. Brought over into the corner where Edina will make the first play of the night. That's Mike Vorlicki sending it in to the far corner.
Spencer Millard getting it done in the corner, the sheriff they call him. He's 6'5", 190. He does a lot with his arms. He's got quite the reach.
Chase Bill brought that in for White Bear Lake, and a shot sailed high and wide of the cage as Edina works its way free.
Mason Nevers
goes over to Nevers, and the shot ends up behind the White Bear Lake cage. 16:20 to go in the opening period of play as a rugby scrum goes ensues into the corner. They still whack at it in the corner, as we have nearly a full house here at the Vadnais Sports Center, as that scrum is won by White Bear Lake. No, it's not. They're still battling for it in the corner. And
the ref's letting them do their work.
Here
come the Bears.
White Bear Lake wins that scramble. Now Edina gets it right back. Quick shot in the slot. This is Boltman. His shot stopped by Tyler Steffens. Steffens coming into the game, Tim. A 144 goals against and a 902 save percentage.
Well, I think that's, and they're saying that's 33. That would be Foss if our numbers are right. That would be Evan Foss.
185 goals against and a 914.
But who's going to see that one to sleep tonight is Liam Malmquist. I mean, he had all net to shoot up. If he gets that puck up, he's going to think about that one for a while.
Face-off won by Edina as this one is worked around. It'll go to Brett Chorsky, son of a famous New Jersey Devil who everybody knows and loves. Quick pass over to Kevin Delaney, and Edina takes a 1-0 lead.
Malmquist gets it right back again. He didn't get the goal 2 minutes ago, but gets the puck right back, gets it over to Delaney, and pretty goal gets it up over Foss, and Foss really didn't have a lot of opportunity on that one.
Delaney's 16th goal of the season for 27 points, and for Malmquist, 26 assists now, and he is actually tied with Mike Vorlicki for the lead in power play assists, which we'll get to.
Well, this is not the way White Bear wanted to start this game, that's
No.
for sure. You don't want to be chasing against Edina.
And they're chasing the puck now as Edina wins that draw, but this will go down for an icing that is not called. White Bear allowed to control back behind the cage.
Oh my.
And that was almost a mistake on the part of the Bears.
Luke Allis battling for it in the corner against a couple of Hornets.
Allis sends it around the corner, and
Peter Colby down there for the Hornets.
Edina keeping it in play. That shot from Reiners got blocked by the Humanity on the way in. Here comes White Bear Lake. This is Billy Rose up the left side, and Rose gets shouldered off the puck back into the neutral zone into a delayed offside situation that will allow Edina to clear. They do to the other blue line, and here comes White Bear Lake on the ricochet. Sent in on the far side by the Bears, who are wanting a line change of their own. 14:42, 1-0 left to go in the opening frame as Edina will dump it in, getting the last of their line change done on the bench of Kurt Giles. Now brought back ahead by White Bear, but only as far as center. Brought ahead by Vorlicki, I believe, up the right. And that one will be sent around by Evan Foss, who is 8-3-1 on the year with a shutout as that puck rainbows through the neutral zone, and going to pick it up on the play is Drew Bishop with 6 points on the season.
Edina's going to change it up, give the Bears an opportunity.
Quick, to your point, line changes for Edina. And I think they're changing their strategy up here as the first 3 minutes have elapsed. As that puck will go down for an icing that is not called. The officials letting them go.
Yep.
Shoemaker in the corner as he'll send it around to a teammate.
Jeff Jungle's back there, works it back to the point.
Got it back to Nick Williams, who went across to Vorlicki with a shot that got blocked on the way in. 13 3/4 minutes to play in the opening frame. Kept alive by Nick Williams, who is a recruit of the University of Minnesota. Into the corner now. White Bear looking to clear it out of danger, and they need to get off the schneid.
Yeah, the Bears are, and there's your icing. Unfortunately, it's going to be on the Bears and not the Hornets.
Whistle goes, and we'll go back to the White Bear end for the draw.
And White Bear's got to gather themselves, get it together. You know, they've got to realize that Edina comes in here. They've got the big names, they've got the legacy, but these are just kids, just like they are. The Bears got to get it together, or it's going to be a long night.
The puck about to go down in the White Bear defensive zone. They win the draw as that one is sent around by Jake Klein, who is the captain of the program. And now the Bears looking to skate in. This is Billy Rose. Rose has Leighton Rode with him, and Rode tried to center one that went to no Bear in particular. Now back to grab that is Klein, who along with Joey Fratellone makes up the second line defense for White Bear Lake. Now brought back over by the Bears, and they're playing Pong in the corner, which Atari would appreciate. As White Bear will work it out to neutral, and the puck chipped in. No line change coming for White Bear, which I expected there. 12:40 to go in the opening frame as Edina works their way ahead with a 1-0 lead. Regaining control of the puck is Mason Reiners. And White Bear on the ricochet looking to sail away, or come sail away, if you want to go with the sticks reference. Quick turnover and a quick shot by
Grant Morton, just missing the net on that one.
Morton, high and wide, as it'll go to Klein back behind the cage.
That'll leave him salty.
Klein worked it to a skating forward as this one comes ahead, courtesy of Verkerk, and Verkerk has it turned over from him. 2-on-2 at the line as that puck will bounce in, and the save made by Evan Foss. Brought back ahead by the Bears to center, and no further as that one is dumped in by Kuyava. Kuyava 2 points on the season so far as that one will be chipped in, avoiding the icing. As the play hot and heavy here early.
Bears still have not managed a shot on goal.
And Edina with 4. Quick centering feed over to Luke Ollis.
There comes a penalty.
And a big.
That could be a little something extra there.
Jackson
Borst.
I feel like the number 5 is appropriate there. And the guilty Hornet is Jackson Borst. 11 points on the season. And the first power play of the game will go to White Bear Lake. And on the power play, White Bear Lakers 14 of 74, just a touch under 19%. It is a 2-minute penalty to Jackson Borst. And on the penalty kill, Edina 59 of 69 for an 8:55 mark.
Yeah, they're tough to score against, but this is an opportunity for the Bears just to get some puck possession, to get some confidence going here. They need to take advantage of this, if not to get a goal, at least to feel like they can mount some offense against the Hornets.
Got to get some shot opportunities on this power play. You're up a man, but do you win the faceoff? No. Edina will force that back into the corner. Now it'll come back over to Nick Williams, who is another one of the Gopher recruits for the Hornets.
Good forecheck there by Jake Klein for the Bears, but puck is cleared from the zone and down.
And going back for White Bear Lake to retrieve is Ollis. And now White Bear Lake in trouble, back behind the cage. Another penalty coming.
And there goes your man advantage.
And the penalty at 5:59 is a trip.
Yeah, that really couldn't have gone much worse for Luke Ollis.
I don't know how you could get much worse than only getting a 27-second power play is what it ends up.
Well, the puck didn't end up in his net, I guess, is the one thing you can say about that. He lost the puck and picked up a penalty behind his own net, but Luke, there's a lot of game left, partner. Come back strong.
It is. Allah's in the box for 2 minutes for a trip. Quick shot off the face-off win for Edina there. Goes by the wayside. That came from Liam Malmquist. Now back behind the cage. White Bear Lake allowed to come out to neutral, and they do. Brought ahead by Blake Meister. 22 assists on the season for Meister for 31 total points. 10:40 to go in the period as Edina will work their way out. That puck will go to Chorsky.
Well, he is a tall drink of water.
13 assists for Chorsky in the season as well. As White Bear Lake will clear it in, that's Cooper Anderson, who is a number one boys singles tennis player. Brought ahead by Edina, and Malmquist is offside. Back to Chorsky for a second, if I may, Tim. He is the son of a famous New Jersey Devil by the name of Tom Chorsky, who we both know and love.
Yeah, and his son is a lot bigger than Tommy was. Brett Chorsky, 6'4", 170. He is a senior. I don't see anything as far as a college commitment yet, but you can see his best days are still ahead of him. I mean, this is a kid who's got a big frame, and he's got a lot of time to put some meat on those bones.
White Bear Lake allowed to clear off that face-off, and Edina with control. They're showing why they're the number one team in the state thus far in the first 7 minutes plus. 32 seconds left on the original penalty, giving the Hornets a 27-second power play that they started with. Quick shot by Boltman. Goes by the wayside, I believe. That was wide stick side, so wide left.
Boltman to go for a recruit. His dad used to be the head football coach at Edina High School, Reed Boltman.
Brought back in by the aforementioned Boltman to the near half wall. Boltman also had Nevers with him. And the puck loose somehow.
Jet Jungles robbed right there by Evan Foss. That had goal written all over it. Jungles is all by himself.
Even you and I could make that shot from our position, I feel like.
I got a feeling if he couldn't do it, we probably couldn't either. But really nice job by Evan Foss holding the Bears to just a 1-goal deficit. That was a big stop.
And as a former goaltender, I appreciate many productive stops like that one was. Chased into the corner, and the chase won by White Bear Lake and Billy Rose.
Nice play by Billy Rose. He's got a jump in his step, that's for sure.
Brought ahead, speaking of jump, by Brett Chorsky up the middle. Chorsky dropped it off. Half wall, back over to Vorlicki. Vorlicki sets up, he goes over to Williams. Williams, Vorlicki, shooting.
Bears back at full strength.
And the puck ended up off the high glass. White Bear having trouble clearing the puck away as that one is gloved down by Edina, and now Hofeld will bring it ahead. And actually, that was Cooper Anderson who was last in for the White Bear Lake Bears on that exchange. This one comes over to Kevin Delaney. Delaney, left circle. Players changing behind him. He sort of feigned on the shot that will allow White Bear to control. Up the near side. This is Billy Rose, and Rose upended at the half wall.
Bears still without a shot, and we are inside 8.5 minutes left in this period.
And the Bears looking to new power for that first shot. Centering feed, and I don't know if the Bears are thinking they need to be too cute here in the first half of the period or what, but without a shot on goal is a quick steal there to chase Bill. Goes by the wayside as it's blocked down. Kept in the zone and alive by Brady O'Brien, but they go and give chase. This is Malmquist, left circle. Quick shot on the rebound. Score. Edina with a 2-0 lead.
Grant Morton jumping on that loose puck after Malmquist's shot. And I was thinking, if the Bears could get out of this period just down 1, that would be big. But that's not going to happen.
Now on the bench of Tim Sager's White Bear Lake Bears, I feel like the boys could be sitting down a little bit, being down 2, and not having a shot on goal, not having the confidence that they would if they were regularly shooting. But if you don't get too cute, you put shots on goal.
Well, they've got to scrap. I mean, they've really got to get after it here. They can't respect, Edina too much. They've got to start finding some bodies. They've got to start really digging for some pucks. White Bears just got to want it more right now, because right now this is not going. It's going to be a long night unless something changes drastically and soon.
Second face-off opportunity goes down, and White Bear, behind the safety of their own net, will control, or they were in control. Bishop picked it up, and a quick save made by Evan Foss. 7 shots on goal now for Edina. 7:40 to go in the opening period of play.
Well, the Bears are too good a team to be having this happen on their home ice. They just came in here. I think they just were a little bit in awe of Edina and just really didn't come out here with any sort of jump at all. A lot of hockey left to be played, but they've got to find themselves and start playing with some pride.
As that shot comes in on Foss, he'll make the save, and White Bear Lake will clear it out of danger. That'll go to Williams, who tried to poke it back in. Here comes Edina once more. Jungles tried to get around one, but he didn't have the puck to do it. Now brought ahead by the Hornets as the Bears looking to shift to a banging sort of team.
Yeah, you're not going to get around the sheriff down there, Spencer Millard. He's got the reach is just too long.
Brought ahead on the near side by Billy Rose, and Rose did not have a teammate to connect with until it got to Cooper Anderson, who shoots one high and wide, and we are 10 minutes in. Now that'll go down for an icing on Edina, so for the first time all game, we'll have a face-off in Edina's defensive zone off an icing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, the Hornets haven't had iced the puck a lot tonight. They've had in their possession
Discipline.
skating.
Discipline is what that is.
Well, it's they're playing the way Kurt Giles wants them to play.
And Edina winning the draw as that one comes around the bend, courtesy of Jake Boltman. Now at center, White Bear still in a banging sort of sense as Foss worked that to his far corner. Now the Bears looking for a 3-on-2, not going to find. That puck was New Power. Quick turnover and a quick shot there by Malmquist. Goes by the wayside. Loose at the side of the cage. Edina still with control, and White Bear Lake getting too cute. New Power brings it ahead, up the near side, into the near the right circle with Meister. Quick shot, sending Loudon Hogg to his knees, but he swims and finds the puck. White Bear still with possession. Into the corner it goes. Now left circle, quick shot by New Power. How did that stay out?
Sam New Power just couldn't get that shot clean. He had nothing but net.
6 minutes to play in the period. Hey, White Bear has a shot on goal.
Couple of them. There's 3.
Quick shot by Klein from the point goes through. And they'll actually credit that as the second shot on goal, allowing Edina to ice the puck. 5:50 to go in the first period of play.
And the Hornets had to ice at that time because the Bears were finally finding some pressure. I'll say who's shown up for White Bear tonight is Jake Klein. He's splashed several times. He's jumped up from the defensive position into the offensive flow. Not a real big kid. What do they list him as? 5'10", 170. But he's a senior, really confident out there. And they need a few more guys to start playing like he's playing.
White Bear winning the draw as they get the confidence just past the 11-minute mark of the opening frame. They won senior night against Stillwater back on Saturday, a 3-0 win right here at the Vadnais Sports Center. Brought ahead by Collins. And Collins, a transfer from Lakeville South back a couple of years ago. Brought ahead by Edina, and that on the bring-in was Rugemer. And behind the net, they battle for it in a rugby scrum that White Bear Lake wins. Now White Bear desperately needing actually control of the puck as that'll go down for what I think is an icing call.
It is. Shot a little too soon. He needed to bring it across the red line and didn't get it done.
5:08 to play in the period. We've got a special treat for you here on SCC in the first intermission. I will take a break while Tim brings in a special guest to talk White Bear hockey in the opening intermission.
Two old White Bear guys reminiscing about days gone by.
And
you won't want to miss that.
As the puck played in the White Bear Lake defensive corner, back out to neutral it'll come. Now it bounces in on Hogg. He will cover that up as a responsible goaltender would.
Forced to play that. Not a real big kid, Hogg. He was from 5'10", 146. I mean, he may have been standing on somebody else's heels when he gets measured. He doesn't look like he's that big, but you're not playing goalie at Edina if you're not capable of playing goalie at Edina.
You know what's big? 13-2-1 on the year. Played in all but 4 games. Jack Wolf with the other 4 starts as Edina looking to skate their way in. Edina showing why they're the number 1 team in the state. as that one will be controlled by Borst back behind. It'll come to Jungles, whose shot was blocked by the humanity in front of the cage.
And he's going to get an icing on White Bear.
Icing on White Bear Lake, 4:23 to go in the first.
Not a good strategy either, because we've seen Edina, I think, has won all but one face-off so far. So if you're going to keep giving up face-offs in your own end, you're probably not going to have the puck. That's not a good strategy to pick up a win.
And you've got to score the first goal before you can even think about the second goal.
There is that.
That comes from shot opportunities. They're down 8-4 on that count right now as they win the draw. Brought back ahead by the homestanding Bears, and a big hit delivered, actually a medium-sized hit, delivered on Sam Newpower, who evaded the check.
Jake Boltman, that's the football background there. Boltman trying to get a little physical, and he can do that.
As White Bear working their way back from their defensive zone. Klein shipped it ahead.
Chorsky's reach got that puck.
And Brett Chorsky keeps it alive for Edina. Brought ahead by the Hornets, but only as far as the red line as White Bear skates their way in.
It was a nice pass there. Unfortunately, just not able to click.
As I believe that got O'Brien. Now back behind, it'll come to Newpower. Newpower from the point, quick shot by Meister. And it went wide, 3:37
glove
to go.
save actually by Hogg.
It'll actually go down as a save, so fifth shot for White Bear Lake there by Meister. 3.5 minutes to go in the period as this one bounces out to neutral, and a delayed offside will allow Edina to clear, but they only clear as far as neutral. Chipped in by Jake Klein, and White Bear wanting fresh bodies too on the bench of Tim Sager and company. Now brought ahead by Edina back to center, but no further as they battle for it right in front of the Edina penalty box. And Edina will win that scrum. It'll go to Delaney, and Delaney had to go back to his cage to play that. Malmquist has it chipped away from him, but Reiners will give chase. Now up the right side, here goes Edina back to the neutral zone, but no further. Out to play that is Hogg, and a whistle halts play, a penalty behind. And
a little extracurricular activity there by the captain for Edina. Number 18, Mason Nevers, took a little run. He's going to cost him 2 minutes. Elbow.
It is a elbow at 14 minutes and 18 seconds for Nevers.
This would be a big way for White Bear to close the period. I mean, obviously the second half of the period's gone much better for the Bears than the first. But get a goal here, cut it in half, and a little confidence going into the intermission break would be very big for the White Bear Bears.
A tale of two halves of a period?
Pretty much. Now the Bears have found themselves, and much more of this second half of the period has been played in the neutral zone.
Puck is chipped out by the Hornets down the length of the 200 by 85-foot sheet that we have here at the Vadnais Sports Center. 2.5 minutes to go in the first period of play, as this one will come to the stick of Newpower up the left side. Newpower tried to find Kirk, and it wouldn't go. Here comes Edina on the ricochet up the near side. This is Jungles up the left. Jungles around the corner, all on his own, waiting for teammates.
Oh, he's just going to play keep away.
Needing a teammate like John Mellencamp needed a lover, but it didn't drive Jet crazy. Jet found that teammate, and we have 2 minutes to play in the first period here at Vadnais as Edina gets a line change done.
Jungle's still out there after skating around the ice a couple laps. I would have thought that he would have come off and gotten somebody else out there some fresh legs.
Anderson with a pass that goes to Hopefeld up the middle. Hopefeld couldn't get the shot away, and it is resting at the side of the net in the control of Loudon Hogg.
Hogg, just a sophomore. And that's really impressive to me, starting at Edina as a sophomore. That says quite a bit. And if you're Jack Wolf, senior, you didn't want that to happen.
1:43 to play in the first period.
102 on the man advantage.
And White Bear with the face-off win as that one came over from Alez. Alez quarterbacking at the point, delivers it cross ice. And I don't know what White Bear were looking for there. Maybe a scrum at the half wall. Involved on the play for Edina's Peter Colby as that one comes back to the point. And now it'll be controlled by Millard. Millard sent it to the left side. Trying to get a shot away was Billy Rose, and he could not. 75 to go in the period as that one will be cleared the length of the ice for White Bear to try again. 25 left on the man advantage for the Bears.
Edina changing up some of the penalty killers. Chorsky's a real problem on that penalty kill because his reach is so long.
Chase Bill enters on the left side. Final minute of play here in the opening frame.
Ridden off the puck by Mason Reiners.
Back to Alles. Alles dropped it off, and he got it over to Millard, I believe. Alles with a shot that goes into the heavens with 41.6 seconds to play in the period.
Hornets back to full strength, too. Did they manage one shot on goal?
I believe it was either one, maybe two.
At one point, it was 8-0 shots on goal.
It was. It is now 8-7. Puck is down. Face-off won by White Bear Lake, and a quick shot by New Power goes wide of the mark.
Leighton Road was in front, but he was all tied up and couldn't get his stick on that one. That could have been one back for the Bears right there.
Quick shot, quick dump in, getting a deflection off the far wall for White Bear Lake as they battle for it in a scrum in the corner. That scrum won by Edina, and it'll come out to Nevers. Brought ahead, actually by Shoemaker, and down it'll come to Millard, who will send it to the near half wall. We tick inside the final 5 seconds of the opening frame. 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it for the opening frame. It is 2-0 in favor of Edina after 17 minutes of play. Your thoughts on the first 17?
Well, the Bears had a really rough start. They did exactly what they did not want to do, and that was they came out, they gave the Hornets a lot of room, and Edina put the puck in the net almost immediately. So now you're chasing the number one team in the state, not the place you want to be. They finished strong. They've got 2 periods of hockey left. It's definitely still in this game.
Stay tuned in the first intermission. We'll let Tim handle the opening intermission interview with his good buddy and fellow White Bear alum. I believe his name is Will Anderson. So that conversation comes your way in the first intermission. We will pause. 2-0 Edina after 17 minutes, and you are watching White Bear Lake Hockey on SCC TV.
I don't remember how it started.
North of that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to the Vadnais Sports Center. Tim McNiff joined now by Will Anderson. Will Anderson, a hockey parent here at White Bear Senior High School. Your son is Cooper.
Yes, sir.
What year's Cooper?
Cooper's a senior.
Senior. Plans for next year?
Unknown at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, he has some options for football and tennis in terms of Division III, but he's got that hockey bug. Once you get that hockey bug in your veins, it's tough to get rid of it.
So he's going to play the season out. Is anybody talking to him? Is he talking to anybody? Just going to wait and see?
Wait and see.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I wish him all the best with that,
Thank you.
obviously.
Appreciate that.
We have a little history here, as a matter of fact. Both of us are White Bear guys. I was actually never attended White Bear Senior High School. I attended White Bear Mariner with 2 of your sisters.
Yep.
I don't think Jonna was there when I was there, because Paula was, when I was a senior, she was a sophomore.
Okay. Yep.
So Jonna would have been how many years behind?
I think she's 2 years behind.
2 years behind.
Yep.
But I remember from bowling at White Bear Bowl, so there is that.
Yep.
And then Ann was a year ahead of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the class of '80. And as I was saying to Will before we started this, my memory of Will was when I was in high school. He would come to the Mariner games and he would wear this styrofoam cowboy hat that was about as big as his body.
Yep.
on his head. And you were a big Mariner fan, but obviously they merged the 2 schools and you became a Bear and played sports at White Bear Senior High School.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I had a lot of great memories of that Mariner hockey team. Bruce Fishback, Kurt McLeod, Gary Keeger, Charlie Basco, those guys. Coach Simpson used to let me come into the locker room in between periods, and I sat there and ate oranges with the guys, and I remember that team losing to Edina in 1982. I believe it was 6-0 in the final, but White Bear had a good run that year, and great bunch of guys. And Charlie Basco coaches Cretin now, and And Todd
Charlie
Bridges.
class of 80.
Yep.
Bridges was 82.
Yep.
Donnie Baker was 82.
Yep.
But the big stud out of that whole class was the late, great Jeff Parker.
Yes, sir.
From 83.
Jeff was great.
And, oh, yeah, good kid and heck of a talent. Went to Michigan State, won an NCAA championship with the Spartans there.
Yep.
Went on to the NHL, played for the Sabres, and a little bit for the Hartford Whalers. So a lot of hockey history and a great group of guys. And you mentioned the name, though, but the man at the time that was Tom Simpson. Did you skate for Coach Simpson?
Yep. I played for Simpson all 3 of my years at Whitebear High School. We went to state my sophomore and junior year. And with Coach Simpson, not a lot changed. There was a lot of discipline.
Hustle, desire, and discipline?
Hustle, desire, and discipline. I think if we went back today, every guy that ever played for him could probably run the practice and skate the routine. But there was he coached to his style, and he was very disciplined about it. So good man. Also, I just have to mention, you mentioned Jeff Parker was a great hockey player, but a better man and just a kind, sweet personality. Jeff was a great guy.
Good as they come. And
Rest in
his
peace
big
to
brother
him, yeah.
Scott is now the head coach at Chippewa Falls High School and has been for, I think, more than 25 years over in Wisconsin. And hustle, desire, discipline lives to this day.
That's awesome.
As a salute to Tom Simpson.
That's great.
And just over Christmas break, too, I spent some time with Hill Murray's coach, Billy Lechner. And we reminisced. My wife is a Pioneer.
Uh-oh. Interview's over.
Yeah. So March was always interesting. I've kind of I've flown the white flag to some extent. She usually ends with bragging rights about that. But Billy still remembers my wife, and we were talking about things, and he asked about Mr. Simpson.
Okay.
And so I said, well, I've heard maybe health not so great these days. There's some teachers I saw at an all-class reunion last summer before, but he unfortunately was not there.
Okay.
Mr. Glover, Don Glover, was there, the longtime track and cross-country coach. But Tom Simpson was a football coach also when I was there, and loved the man. He was Mr. Simpson, so that was always one of those things. And he asked for that respect, and he got that respect.
Yes, sir. I would agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you had another son that came through the program beforehand. Tell me where the Bears are right now. Your opinions, your impressions of the first period.
Well, the Bears have a good team. We're deep. The thing I like about this team, we get scoring from all 3 lines. Sam Verkerke, Tristan Johnson, Zach Kuyava, Carter Collins, third-line guys, but they're all contributing this year. The strength of this team this year is in our depth. We've got some high-level players. I mean, for sure, you've got Leighton Road, Blake Meister, Billy Rose, Chase Bill, really high-quality guys, but the strength in this team, in my opinion, is the depth. I think we've lacked that in some other years, and I'm hoping that depth is what can kind of carry us through, in the sections, and God willing, into the state. It'd be wonderful. It's a good group of kids. From my understanding, talking to Cooper, we don't have any animosity in the locker room. They don't have any guys that are above the team. It's a good group of guys that, they have breakfast on game days. They enjoy spending time with each other after games. They have sleepovers at guys' houses. They're committed to staying out of trouble and doing the right things. And it seems like it truly is a good core group. And, hopefully the puck luck goes our way at the end of the season. I think regarding your question about this period, I think we started out a little slow. I think Edina's certainly quicker, maybe not than Andover, maybe not than Minnetonka, but certainly quicker than a lot of teams that we've seen. And I think they jumped on us early, probably part of their game plan to jump on us early. Edina likes to stretch the rink, so we got to be careful on those quick transitions.
Yeah, they're going to counterpunch.
But I think we've shown late in the period that if we can get the puck deep and we can kind of play with them down below the net and below the hash marks there and keep kind of playing down low, I think we can have some success with them. The big key for us in this game is we're going to have to score. The next goal is a big one.
Yeah.
If they go up 3-0, it's going to be, I won't say insurmountable, but it's going to be, we'd need a lot of luck to get back in the game. But if we can score next, anything can happen.
Well, look at their schedule. They've already seen Minnetonka, and now they're seeing Edina. And I'm wondering, was that Coach Sager, was that something where he wanted to get, to that side of the Metro, get some of those West Metro teams? And, I mean, it's like if you play Minnetonka and you've played Edina, you're not going to be real scared seeing Cretin Durham Hall and Hill Murray in the sections.
Tip of the cap to Coach Sager. He, every year, to his credit, really tries hard to make sure he gets some of we went up to play Duluth East also. He tries to get the top teams on the schedule, and he likes to play the best to try to be the best. I think his saying is iron sharpens iron, so you got to go for it.
Well, he's gotten it tonight. So we've got the Bears down by 2 after 1 period. Will Anderson, we appreciate you stopping by and sharing some reminiscing with us, and no bad stories to tell about me, so that's always a good thing, too.
That's good, yeah.
All right, brother.
Thank you
very
Appreciate
much. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate
There you have it,
2-0
Edina. We're in the first intermission. Back to the Vadnais Heights Sports Center after this.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind. My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Back for period number 2 here at the Vadnais Sports Center on SEC TV. Jeff Tischer alongside Tim McNiff. And after 17 minutes of play, it's Edina with a 2-0 lead over White Bear Lake. Let's recap the offense on Edina's side in the first 17 minutes, Tim. And I will let you start with that, with the goal scorers being...
Kevin Delaney got the first goal for the Hornets, coming on assist from Liam Malmquist. Was there a second assist on that first goal?
I believe it was Boltman with that second
Jake
assist.
Boltman getting the second helper. Then is Edina coming back again with the second goal of the period. That one, Grant Morton on a nice feed from Malmquist. And Malmquist had just missed an open net moments before that. So it looked like maybe White Bear was going to dodge a bullet, but the Hornets said no such luck. Edina really showed White Bear that they're got to be careful in how they work the puck up and forward, because if the Hornets get it, they are looking for the quick strike. And they have shown they were a little on White Bear on that to begin that first period. The Bears seemed to recover, but that next goal is going to be critical.
And for White Bear, quickly, don't make the pretty play in the second period, just get pucks on net, eh?
The forwards really had a difficult time. Not a lot of space in the forward zone for the Bears. Edina does a nice job pressuring the puck. The two players for White Bear that I was impressed with in that first period were Jake Klein. I thought that Jake Klein did a nice job from the point, nice transitioning from offense to defense. He was one guy who really seemed as if he was not fazed by the fact they were playing Edina. And the other guy, and I think not a big shock, the big captain, Spencer Millard, 6'5", 190. And he's one of those guys, somebody's got to put him on their team next year, because, I mean, he just got that big frame and those long arms, and you just can't really get around him. He just kind of swallows everything up.
Well, as AC/DC once sang, especially in White Bear's case tonight, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Amen, brother. And they got to start rocking and rolling right now. They can't fall behind 3, or it is going to be a difficult road back for the Bears.
White Bear skating right to left, Edina left to right, and we are underway with period 2, which starts just like the first with an Edina face-off win.
You said it.
This will go to Mike Verlicki, who will send that one in, and Evan Foss up to the task behind his cage. Early moments of the second period. Glad you're with us on SCC TV, as that is iced in by none other than Sam Newpower.
Newpower is a kid that comes with a good bloodline. His brother's playing at UConn, and Sam just a junior, but this is a game for him to step up and really show something here. He's got the genes there. It's time for him to jump up and really take a leadership role here for the Bears.
Newpower also had a hat trick against Roseville at the end of January, 6 days ago. Kept alive by White Bear at the line, but not for a long time. Brought ahead by Jungles up the left. He fights through an aggressive check as that puck goes into the corner. Quick shot from the half wall, wide left, and Edina still establishing possession in the corner. Sent around the bend, and eventually that'll be picked up by White Bear Lake and Cooper Anderson. White Bear looking to work their way out, they do, as it comes to center. That one will be dumped in by Blake Meister, and Meister actually went cross ice with it before Edina will regain control.
Again, Sam Newpower's got to have that pass. I mean, that pass right on his stick, good opportunity, unable to fill it cleanly, and we've seen that more than once. He's got to snap out of that funk.
Hofeld brought it in for White Bear Lake after it went off the stick of Jet Jungles on the other end for Edina. Kept alive there by Leighton Road on the far side, whose dad played in the San Jose Sharks organization back in his younger days, as it's brought ahead by Edina and Jungles up the left. Jungles will dump that one in, as Edina getting fresh bodies, including Jake Boltman, out off a line change.
Nice pass there.
White Bear Lake with it, and Leighton Road up the left side. He also has Billy Rose with him.
Clean by Boltman.
Rose got it from Road, and a nifty hit there, keeping the play alive for White Bear Lake.
There you go, Jake Klein again shedding a forechecker from Edina.
15 minutes left in the second period of play, as that puck will bounce right onto the stick of Leighton Road. Rode has it stolen from him as it comes to Malmquist with 2 assists tonight. Boltman trying to settle it down with a little help from his friends as it'll be brought ahead by Rode. Rode up the left side, he'll dump it in legally. That allows White Bear to get a line change ready, and they were waiting most likely. Edina keeping play alive in their defensive zone as this one is worked ahead. It'll go off the stick of Brett Chorsky, and Chorsky with an assist already tonight as well, as that one's touched by Hogg. Brought ahead up the left side by Vorlicki. Delaney. And a rugby scrum almost ensued for it as it got back to Colby.
Nice job by Brady O'Brien on Delaney, not letting him get around him. Whoa! Puck loose in front.
It'll come to Johnson, and my mistake, that was Johnson on the point instead of Peter Colby for Edina. 13:50 to go in the period as Edina will regather. Johnson sends that one in. And into the corner, it went to Alez, and Alez works it around, and White Bear Lake, will work it ahead to neutral, and just a touch further. Touched up by Foss, who is in the net again tonight. A 1.85 goals against average coming into the game. 8-3-1 on the season with a shutout, but that you have to go back to November for that as a save is made by Foss.
Peter Colby getting off a nice wrister there. Nice save by Foss on the other side. I was about to say right before that much of this game had been played in the neutral zone. Neither team really able to establish much better start for White Bear in period number 2.
You want to die hard? I know we talked about that over Christmas with a girls game featuring Andover and Blake. 581 minutes and 24 seconds of total time played for Evan Foss. And we've established that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is indeed a Christmas movie. No more arguing about that. Let it go, people.
Brought ahead by White Bear Lake. When I saw that, I thought of you. I had to include that. You're
I liked
welcome.
it. Yep, thank you.
Brought out by Edina towards center and beyond. Here come the Hornets again. If they get a third one here. 2-on-1. Quick pass over to Nevers, and a whistle goes.
Net came off its moorings.
Can't have that. The save was made as well by Foss.
So it's going to be a face-off in the White Bear end and no damage done. Edina bench asking, I think, for a penalty on that, but the referee saying no.
I would think they would have a case for a check from possibly behind, but nothing doing. 9-7, by the way, the shots on goal so far.
Yeah, just one so far in this period for the two combined teams, and White Bear finally got a face-off, and they got to have more of those. Here come the Bears.
Klein worked it ahead, and Rode was offside at the line, basically bringing the puck back about 2 feet into the neutral zone. But it really cost White Bear Lake about 130, 40 feet.
Well, Billy Rose was there at the line and just thought that Rode was going to take more of a direct route in. And when he did that little dangle to the left, Rose just kind of wandered in there, and that was that.
Edina with possession off the draw, but it's quickly kicked on to Rose's stick, and Rose.
Grant Hofeld in front had that puck go right through. Nice feed by Rose.
Rose with 3 power play goals on the season as that one is chipped into the neutral zone. A penalty coming.
Apparently on White Bear Lake.
What have we? We have a rough. I believe it's a rough. I'll try and see if we can get the penalty here. Time of the call, we know. 4 minutes and 41 seconds. And it will go against Grant Hofeld. It is a 2-minute penalty of some kind.
I did not see the infraction.
We'll see if we can get it when they announce it as Edina wins the draw here. It's worked to Williams.
Where the Bears are deep in the box, not a lot of movement.
Roughing the call to Hofeld as it comes to Jungles. Jungles works it to the point and got it back. Jungles right circle, and Edina still with control. That comes to Williams to Malmquist. Malmquist cross ice, and a great shot opportunity for Edina there. They go up a field goal on 10 shots.
Yeah, Mason Nevers, and there was no doubt about that one. He was over on that wing. I think the Hornets have run that play before. no hesitation. Mason Nevers, you really can't fault Evan Foss on that one at all.
I'm going to give you a Chicago Cubs-inspired double play combination. Tinker to Nevers, note the Edina Hornet, to Chance.
Well, you went a long way for that. I hope you're happy with what you got. Mason Nevers with the power play goal, 11:53.
And that goal coming at 5 minutes and 7 seconds. So Nevers scores his 15th goal of the season and his 6th power play goal, which leads Edina in that statistic.
That was a blast. Very nice shot by Mason Nevers. Of course, his dad, Tommy Nevers, was a great hockey and baseball star at Edina High School and at the University of Minnesota.
Puck brought ahead by the Bears, and they need something, and they need something now. Brought ahead by the Hornets.
Oh.
They give the assist to Nick Williams, which is his 11th of the year.
Jungles getting the second
Jungles
assist.
with the second assist. I was waiting for that.
And rightfully so. Very nice power play by Edina. That was very nicely done. They could have put 4 guys on that assist where they worked that puck around.
Jet Jungles, a WCHA recruit, going Grandpa Tony's way, Northern Michigan.
Fine program. He'll fit in well. They're getting a very nice player. We saw Jet Jungles earlier when the Bears had a power play, playing keep away from the entire Bears team, just basically skating laps around them. The kid's a very strong skater.
And Jungles is the only Edina Hornet with any credited shorthanded assist. I went deep into the well for that
Yeah, you really
one.
did.
Edina with it. And
Williams unable to hold the puck at the blue line, costing the Hornets. They got to touch up.
And Foss will touch that one up for White Bear Lake. Brought ahead by the Bears, who cannot really keep control.
Now, they really haven't been able to complete any passes. They just haven't been able to handle the puck real strong.
Handling the puck there on the near side is Ales, and Ales looking for teammates as Edina with possession. That puck will rainbow near side, and Edina will skate their way free. Brought ahead by Jackson Borst up the right side. Borst stops, pops, looked for a teammate, and he couldn't find one. 10 minutes and change left in the bank here in the second period. Quick shot there, somehow found its way to Evan Foss, and he'll make the save. Brought ahead by the Bears on the ricochet up the near side. It'll go to Meister. Meister dumped it off, and the retrieval by Colby goes up, and away.
Yeah, Peter Colby there made a nice play and just shoveled the puck out of bounds, but it's going to come about center ice. Must have been deflected.
And they'll go to the dot farthest from us on that side. And the face-off won by Edina.
Shocker.
On that note, I'd love to have face-off stats, but we don't. Collins.
You're a good analyst would be keeping that, but you're stuck with me.
I do what I can, but hey, I've got the local connection.
There you go.
Brought ahead by Edina, and they were offside as Morton looked to bring that one in.
Yeah, Peter Colby unable to hold himself back on that break there, coming in offside, and they're going to bring it outside the zone. Bears got to start winning some of these faceoffs, start getting possession of that puck.
Halfway through the game, White Bear related to John Elway, 7 shots on goal.
And no real sustained scoring opportunities for the Bears. Just kind of 7 random shots.
And Edina winning the faceoff once more. Quick centering feed. Goes by the wayside, and Edina will have to retrieve. That, I believe, was Morton who sent that one in.
Millard got separated from the puck on the body check there, and that would be an icing.
Was actually Reiners on that send-in, as that will go down for the whistle. 9 minutes, 8 seconds to go, second period. Second intermission, we will recap the first 2 periods. Highlights, if there are any.
Well, we've got 1 goal.
I'm sure on Edina's side they'll be looking for that. And then we will preview the third period as well.
Yeah, the Bears got to really just start playing for pride. This is a game that could get out of hand if they don't start moving their feet.
Quick shot by Reiners into the glove of Evan Foss.
Mason Reiners, defender, 5'11", 148, senior.
Would you say White Bear Lake looking a little younger than Edina?
Well, I was going through that, and I was running through the Bears lineup and kind of looking at that and saying, well, gosh, maybe they are kind of young. But you go through, and there's 7 seniors on this team. That's about what you'd expect, about a third of your team. That's what you really want, to have that balance. You always got to be building for the future. Will Anderson told us in the between periods that it's a very good group of young men. Nobody really troublemakers and no real problems in the locker room.
Carter Collins on that shot that was saved by Loudon Hogg. Would have loved to have listened to that. Fun?
Listen to
the interview that you did with Will.
Oh, yeah, no, it was real fun, because like I said, we never really knew each other. I knew who he was, but he was just a little kid in a huge cowboy hat, and that's why I knew his sisters, so I knew who he was. He had some very attractive sisters. One is now married to one of my better friends, so I won't say anything more than that.
Fair enough. As we get back to play, Edina wins the draw. Shocker.
Yeah.
Brought ahead, though, by the Hornets up the left side and controlled by Millard for White Bear Lake. 8.5 left to go in the bank as that one will come ahead to Chase Bill. Bill up the left side. Bill looked for New Power, found him, but New Power couldn't keep control as that one will come to Malmquist up the left side, and he will backhand that one the length of the ice where Evan Foss will control. Back behind the cage, White Bear Lake looking to tilt the ice a little bit.
Just to basically clear the zone. They don't look like really trying to set anything up anymore. They're just looking for an opening in the Hornets just to get it out.
As Verkirk will give chase to that. 8 minutes to go. And if you're White Bear Lake, I would say, how in the heck can you improve if you have a record of 17-3-1? But they're showing us tonight that there is room for improvement as we get down the stretch. As it comes to Chase Bill, Bill tried to shake around one, but he lost the puck. Off the half wall, it'll come over near Bill. Quick centering feed, missed the net.
Boy, New Power just is not his night. He in front with that puck right in his feet and unable to convert. There's an icing on the Hornets, but
now, as a former player, generally, and I played for a Minnetonka Wayzata adapted co-op, okay? You got to start winning face-offs.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, you're chasing the puck.
Exactly. And White Bear has been doing that all night. And just for the record, for those keeping track, I played goaltender, which is why I can appreciate defense as much as offense.
And Edina won that face-off.
Edina wins the draw. What's the word? Shocker.
Yeah, shocker.
Brought ahead, though, by White Bear Lake from center. This is Road, and they've got to keep possession for more than 24 seconds.
Here comes a penalty
coming.
Yeah. Nick Williams got his stick caught up in one of the Bears, and he's going to go.
Williams, it is a hold, and I don't know.
Hook or hold?
They call the hold. I don't know how in the heck you can get a holding call with a stick infraction.
Yeah, Billy Rose just had that up under his wing there and wasn't letting it go. So Williams a little frustrated by the call, but Hornets are going to be short a player, and as we said earlier, Giants trying to get a late change on. They're not going to happen. The refs aren't going to let it happen. But this is where the Bears have to win a faceoff, get the puck, get one in the net, pop one in, get back in this game.
Meister to take the draw for White Bear Lake. His opponent there was Malmquist and White Bear. I'm going to give the credit to them. They won the draw barely.
Yeah, just unable to do anything with it.
Brought back by Alez as we tick down to the final 6:50 of the second period.
Klein's pass right into the forechecker, 22 Jungles. Yeah, we've seen Jungles in the forecheck. He's a nice penalty killer. Strong on his skates.
Welcome to the Jungles.
Welcome to the Jungles.
Brought ahead by
the old Paul McCartney Wing song, Jet.
Save made there by Hogg off the shot from Meister. 6:29 to go, second period of play.
2 shots on goal so far for the Bears in this period with 6.5 minutes left to go. That's what we saw last period. They just didn't do anything for the first half of the period. It's disappointing. They just have not really come out of the locker room with any sort of intensity in either period.
6:27 to go in it as the faceoff won by White Bear Lake. It'll go to Cooper Anderson at the point who sends it down. You talked with Will Anderson between periods, and I'm sure Cooper will love hearing that. as that puck goes up into the high netting. 6 1/4 is left to be played.
Cooper's a senior D, 5'11", 175. His dad says he's hoping to play somewhere, not really talking to anybody right now. So he's one of these guys that's, he's got to jump up. This is it. You got a month left in your season. You can drag it on as long as you can, but, we're in February, man. It's go time.
And White Bear Lake has to buck up for sections, as you just indicated. Brought ahead by Meister up the near side, and he got it over to Cooper Anderson.
Yeah, one of the Hornets' losses on the season was to Hill Murray. And Hill Murray's a very, very young team. But Billy Lechner very excited about what the Pioneers have, especially heading into the future. So the Bears know that the Pioneers are going to be there.
That puck worked left to right, eventually getting back to Alles. Alles dropped it off, right circle. Centering feed to Billy Rose, got blocked by the humanity in front.
Yeah, and there's the Bears still trying to keep it in. Finally lost it. Most possession they've had so far, but here comes Mason Nevers 1-on-3. That makes the odds just about even.
And Nevers couldn't break through the Bear wall. 5.5 to go in the second period. The Bears with 9 shots on goal so far, credited. Edina has 13.
Mason Nevers is a Gopher recruit. He's heavy. For not being that tall a guy, 5'9", 146.
Yeah.
I mean, he's solid. You hear him when he takes guys into the boards.
Off the half wall, it'll come to White Bear Lake, as that one was not kept in by the Bears, and a delayed offside coming. Penalty
just
over.
Couldn't hold it there.
5-a-side hockey we play as Edina will send that one on.
2-on-1.
Rugmer.
Nice.
Quick shot and a block by White Bear Lake.
Hollis lays out. Had to. Beautifully done.
Brought ahead by Billy Rose, and Rose will dump that around, his men changing behind the play. Now brought back over as a quick shot there, delivered by who I thought was Rose, and the puck will be whistled down with 4:32 to go.
Well, the Bears, a little jump in their step that last attack down there. The same line staying on the ice right now. It's Rose, Rode, and Holfeld, and pop one in the net, boys. Let's get one. 4.5 minutes left to go. Let's get back in this game right here.
And you got to get one before you can even think about 2 and
they are
3.
going to switch it up. Here comes the Cuyaba, Mork, and McKenzie line. 4th line.
One by Mork, and that shot goes up into the heavens. 4:27 to go, second period.
Jackson Borst getting a stick on it.
As we have a biscuit back on the ice surface. First game for me called in this building since 2014 with the NA3HL's Twin Cities Steel. I love being back.
First time in this building for me. This used to be a bar called Cheap Charlie's back in the day. I cut a rug a few times there, and I won't go any further than that.
Edina gets possession, as that'll get iced down. No, that'll be picked up by Klein before the icing would have been called. Bouncing puck controlled by Boltman, who works it down. And we have 4 minutes to play in the second period. A whistle goes. Only thing I can think of there was an offside.
Yeah, it was a delayed offside, but why'd they blow the whistle? I didn't see it. Edina must have got a piece of it. Didn't see it.
The puck will go down in a moment here in the neutral zone. White Bear Lake can do like Tom Petty there and tell Edina that you wreck me. Which was the name of that song.
Yep.
Just there.
Got it.
Sent in by Edina and Shoemaker. And now Meister works his way free. Got it over to Bill. Left circle, sticked away by Hogg. And that'll be a delayed offside.
Yeah, Millard needed to hold on to that one. He's got that reach.
Was that sequence the improvement that you were looking for from White Bear Lake?
Well, yeah, I mean, nice transition there, and the Bears got a shot off, and even from the face-off, it was kind of a neutral draw on the face-off there. In the game, at least from the drop of the puck, you can't be chasing against this team, and it's going to be a long night, and it has been so far for the Bears.
Puck down.
And they got another one.
Face-off won by White Bear Lake. And they're putting digits on the board, but they aren't able to put 1 and 1 together. Until there. Brought out by Edina on the flip side, though, as it comes into a 2-on-1 situation for the Hornets. Shimmying his way around was Kevin Delaney, who had a goal earlier in the game. Delaney eventually got that to Vorlicki, who goes over to Williams.
Malmquist in the slot.
Got it to Malmquist, and his shot went wide. Rebound will come back over to Vorlicki. Vorlicki will send that one down low. And Vorlicki got it over to Delaney.
Malmquist in the corner.
Rugby scrum for it involving Malmquist. 2:45 to go in the period as that one is kicked around the bend, and it will come over to New Power. New Power trying to clear. He has to have a little help to do so.
Oh.
Brought back out by Mowerk, and it'll be touched down by Vorlicki. Back to center, and a great outlet feed.
Here we go.
Stolen by Rode. Rode brings it ahead to Rose, and Rose dropped it off to Rode, who gets hit in the left or the right circle. Now Edina will look to work their way free to the neutral zone, and they do, as White Bear will send that one in with Alice. 2 and a dime left to go in the second period of play from here at the Vadnais Sports Center. Brought back in there by Billy Rose, and the shot bounces wide.
Grant Hofeld just unable to get his stick on there. Nice job by Hogg to get his goalkeeper stick on it instead.
O'Brien pursued that before it eventually got to Alez. And now Edina will send that the length of the ice for an immediate icing with a 1:47 to go in the second period.
It's been a better period for the Bears. They just have not again been able to create any sustained scoring chances, and even when they've had the puck around the net, they just can't get their stick on it. It's almost like they're afraid to handle the puck. We just need a little more confident play out there.
You got to have those building blocks if you're sprinting to sections, and you've got to build more of those blocks if you're sprinting to state. I feel like White Bear's done a little bit of that.
Yeah, and they won that faceoff and turned it over right away again. But now they're starting to win some faceoffs and getting some puck possession. This is more like the team I think we thought, or at least we were hoping we were going to see tonight.
But to that point, White Bear Lake, the seventh team in AA for a reason.
Yeah.
They're 17-3-1 on the year.
I guess I would have expected more jump at the start of the game from the Bears. They just really didn't come out with any real passion.
And the Hornets were jumping right off the bus practically.
Well, they were on the bus for 3 hours getting out here in the snowstorm, so.
New Power with it there for White Bear Lake as that one goes back down behind the cage.
Colby in the corner, working down there with Grant Morton.
Final minute of play here in period 2. Brought ahead by the Bears as they skate ahead.
Meister.
This is the New Power Meister line. And it got
there it is!
Meister, I believe, will be credited with the goal.
I don't think so.
Millard. I believe it's actually 28, Millard.
It could be New Power.
White Bear on the board.
All three of the forwards got it, and I'm not sure who had the final tip in front.
Millard was first back in the flyby.
50 seconds left in the period. That, my friend, is large.
16:09, the time of the goal. And if you're Spencer Millard, say hello to my little friend. 3-1. We'll see who gets credit. They give the goal to New Power.
Called it.
There's Millard with the assist. Okay, so the goal for White Bear Lake goes New Power from Millard and Meister at 16:09.
Every one of those kids had a stick on the puck in that effort there. Nice play by White Bear. New Power's had a rough night to this point, so great to see him come back and grab that goal.
Under a half minute to go in the period, 3-1 our score. White Bear Lake
for heaven's sake.
Finally getting the confidence. And a quick steal leads to a fourth goal.
No.
And to Tim's point, you can't make that turnover in the defensive zone like that.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
As a goaltender, throw that puck to a corner. You don't throw it out into the neutral zone because you'll get eaten alive every time, as Edina just showed.
Boy, that was just a real gut punch for White Bear. They scored the goal, they get back in it, they're going to go down with a little momentum, and to give up that with just 21 seconds left, less than 30 after you finally get on the board, that's a killer.
There could have been a much better decision made on the part of the Bears there, as that'll be controlled by Foss back behind. Final ticks of the period. And now White Bear will skate down 4-1 into the room. Malmquist with his third assist of the night. So they give the assist to Malmquist and Nevers. Or no, check that. Malmquist with the goal from Nevers. So Malmquist with 3 points on the night. Alas, the end of 2 periods from here at Vadnais Sports Center. It is 4-1 in favor of Edina. We'll have the second intermission activities coming up shortly on SCC TV.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars.
Wow.
But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Back for the third period of play here at the Vadnais Sports Center. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Jeff. He's Tim. He's also on loan from Care 11. And the Edina Hornets leading the White Bear Lake Bears by a count of 4-1 after 34 minutes of play. Tim, your impressions thus far?
Well, it was a lot like the first period, actually. You know, there just wasn't any offense sustained by White Bear in the first half, maybe 2/3 of that period. The Bears finally come to life inside of a minute yet. You know, they pop in a goal, they cut it to 3-1, and then promptly turn the puck over 20 seconds later down by their goal, and it ends up in the back of the net. So the goal scorers in period number 2. Mason never scored a power play goal. Really nicely done by the Hornets. I mean, the way they moved the puck around, really no shot for Foss on that save. That made it 3-0 Edina. As I said, New Power gets the goal for the Bears. That cuts it to 3-1. His line mates, nice job by Millard and Meister to get the assist on that goal. But then Liam Malmquist comes right back with another goal for the Hornets. Nevers getting the assist on that goal. So Malmquist has 2 goals and an assist. Nevers has a goal and an assist. 4-1 Edina after 2 periods of play.
And on that fourth Edina goal, it was set up by a play that goaltender Evan Foss simply shouldn't have made. You pass the puck out into the middle of the ice when your better option was to go to a corner.
Yeah, no, the Bears really, I don't know if they just got too aggressive at that time and wanted to make one more rush back or what that was all about. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of regret over the handling of that puck and the fact that 30 seconds after they scored to get on the board and cut it to a 2-goal game, it's right back to 3 goals again.
Let's see if the Bears can wake up in the third period as we are underway with the subtle Avicii reference to begin the period. Brought back ahead by the Bears, who skate left to right in the third period, and the Edina Hornets skating right to left as this one will be touched on by Foss. Foss into the corner, and White Bear unable to keep possession as that one is shot in by Nick Williams right into the catching glove of Evan Foss.
Little bouncing puck. This can be trouble. Nice job by Foss getting the face-off in their end. And we've had 1 face-off so far in the third period, and the Hornets won that face-off. The Bears had done a better job as the second period wore on. They've got to start winning these face-offs.
I can't confirm that Evan Foss is a baseball player in the spring, though. That was a great infield play on that last sequence. Brought back in by Edina as that one is kicked out to the neutral zone, giving chase are the Hornets, and they win that race to the puck. It'll eventually get to Jungles as that one is shot in by Rugmer, and the save made by Foss.
He's going to hang on to it, get another draw in the zone, and I think after the little episode near the end of the second period, wisely done. Just corral that puck, hold on to it, and take your chances off the face-off.
I'll take you into the locker room with Tim Sager. 3 words. What the heck?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I'd really be interested to know what his impressions are, because it's the first time I've seen both teams, personally this year. But, the Bears have played Minnetonka and played them to a 3-2 setback. And Minnetonka's a team that's capable of winning a state championship. So I know the Bears are, post there.
Rang the bell, did Jake Boltman.
Boltman, hand up, like, what?
And a quick goal by Edina, making it 5-1 on the rebound.
Just missed, and then Malmquist coming back with that goal, it appears.
Time of the goal, 1:02.
Liam Malmquist, the second of the night to go along with those 2 assists. Big night for Malmquist.
And his fourth of the night to make it 5-1 in favor of Edina, who are showing us and everybody in the building why they are the number 1 team in Class AA as we get ready for sections.
People aren't going to want to hear that out there, but the Bears aren't looking like a number 7 team in the state. They just are not.
I mean, I hate to say it doesn't take a rocket scientist, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Second goal of the game, goal 18 of the year for Malmquist to go with his 27 assists on the season, and that's up to the minute. Shot out by O'Brien, the length of the ice for an icing call, and White Bear drifting back to the way they have started the first 2 periods.
Yeah, it's not good. They just have not had a good start to any of the 3 periods we've seen tonight. No jump from the Bears, and so I'd like to know what Coach Sager's saying in that locker room, because these kids have not really hit the ice with any real sense of purpose or competition in any one of the 3 periods so far.
Dobie Gray, drift away. 15 and a half left to go, and I went a little old school, but not as far into the well as beforehand. Brought back by Edina to center, and it's kicked on by O'Brien. And White Bear cannot maintain control of the puck for more than 10 seconds at a time, if that. Edina keeping play alive, and that pass intended for Nick Williams, who will give chase, but it is picked up by Hogg.
Yeah, Grant Morton really just kind of had that one get away from him. His reaction was like, oh, what have I done?
Right when he let it go. Big hit there in the neutral zone. Play kept alive as the Bears looking to reset. Edina changing. Whistle. Net goes off on the far side. I thought I heard a ping. Was right. 14:46 to go in the 3rd period of play. Been fun for you?
It's been fun. I mean, it's great to be back here. I wish it was a little bit more competitive game. I wish I really thought the Bears would really have a little more jump than the slow start on the first period didn't shock me so much. The slow starts in periods 2 and 3 really have surprised me.
And I thought Edina would have a slow start after spending 3 hours on Highway 94.
Yeah, on a bus on the ride over, but no, I guess they're Kurt Giles is Kurt Giles. This is a guy who removed part of a finger so he'd be ready to play for the Stanley Cup. You know, so this is a guy who's gonna have a good team. They're gonna play it the right way, and they're gonna compete. And he's got a heck of a lot of talent.
I'm sure you and I will be following sections intently as they come up in a couple weeks. Here comes White Bear Lake, brought on by Meister.
Hit the post.
And he hit the iron.
Yeah, a little crossbar for Blake Meister. 2-on-1, great shot, just nothing to show for it.
Quick pass there by Anderson, goes to the length of the ice. And his Papa Will would not be happy about that pass misconnecting.
Yeah, Newpower was right there, but again, couldn't get a stick on it. And Bears have been like that tonight. They just have not been able to click.
Both of these teams having played Saturday, both of these teams winning.
The Bears hadn't lost in this building all year. I just would have thought they would have a little more jump, a little bit more fight, playing in a place where they've had so much success.
Yeah. 17 wins would spell that out, or you'd think that would spell that out. However, quick shot there by Johnson.
Nice glove
right
save.
into the glove.
We talked about him earlier. Hogg is a sophomore, 5'10", 146, 13, 2-1 in the season. And again, you don't get to play goalie for Edina, especially as a sophomore, unless you're capable. Nice glove save there by Loudon Hogg.
Dude has actually both goaltenders for Edina have that combined shutout against St. Louis Park in the calendar year 2019. You have to go back a month exactly for that, back to January 5.
You know, you look at now the shots on goal, 16-13 in favor of Edina, and you're seeing 5 goals, and you're thinking, well, maybe Foss didn't have that good a night, but he really hasn't had a lot of chances on the goals that have gone in. They've been quality chances.
Nevers dropped it off side of the cage. Nevers got it back. Nevers cross ice. He was looking for Jungles, and Jungles couldn't put stick to biscuit.
Carter Collins, good back check for the Bears.
Johnson brought it ahead for White Bear Lake as this one eventually will come to Jungles for Edina. Jungles gets it over to Nevers, and Nevers lost control. Brought ahead by the Bears to center and beyond. That's Fratellone who threw that one in, and it'll go to Reiners. Not checked at. That's Vorlicki back behind. And now into the corner. It'll come into a scrum. And that scrum is won by White Bear Lake as it'll go to Road. Road
Go!
centering feed not going to work as we have 12 3/4 left to go
Looking
in
for
the
Rose.
contest.
Puck just behind him.
Brought ahead by O'Brien, but O'Brien chooses to dump that in, and White Bear looking for fresh bodies. However, Chorsky will bring that one ahead into the corner for Edina. Now off the half wall in the scrum, it'll come to Chorsky, and Chorsky lost it, so he has to have Nick Williams go and pick up the trash. Chorsky fights through a check, gets a pass off, eventually gets back to Williams, who shoots one near side, and it would not go for him. Malmquist with it, centering feed near the right circle, and that shot missed everything.
Shooting gallery right now for the Hornets. The Bears are chasing.
Still 16 credited shots on goal for Edina, so maybe a few blocks in there. Right circle, quick shot, blocked away. That's shot number 17. That'll most certainly go up on the board in a moment. Williams kept it alive at the point for Edina. 11:48.
Is this a power play?
You'd think. 11:45 to go in said power play as it comes to Malmquist.
Come on, they're just White Bears just chasing and not getting any either.
Nick Williams with a shot. It's blocked by the humanity in front, and White Bear Lake cannot clear the zone.
Oh,
Morton sent that one through everybody in the middle of the ice, and it'll eventually get to Malmquist. Shot on from the slot area from Morton, and it would not go. 11 1/4 to play. Edina still with possession as they start a line change.
They're changing the lines and keeping the puck in
Williams with it, and now back to neutral. White Bear looking for a line change of their own, and they get it.
Boy, I hate to be the boys watching film study of that shift there.
Ooh,
ouch.
That will be tough. It was tipped, no icing. So giving chase back for Edina is Jake Boltman, and Boltman works it around the corner. But back into the same corner that Boltman was at.
New power.
Now New Power into a scrum, got it over to Millard, and Millard could not get the shot away. Now brought back over by White Bear Lake, and giving chase for this is Anderson. And now that one touched down by Borst for Edina. Whistle, offside at the line, 10:23 to go in the third.
Yeah, the Bears, people watching this are not going to think, that I like White Bear. I love White Bear, but just the kids have not really had a lot of jump tonight, and that shift that puck was down there solid for more than a minute at even strength.
Easily, almost 2.
Yeah, probably.
Puck is down, face-off won by Edina. Shocker.
You've stolen that. You've co-opted that. That's yours now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
take it and run, my friend.
I will do.
Use it in good health.
I will do like Steve Miller. Brought ahead by Edina once more. 10 minutes left in the bank here in the contest. As that shot, long range from about 100 feet from Johnson, touched our whistle, halts play.
Delayed offside.
Possibly. It'll depend on where the face-off is. Where's the draw? Neutral zone. So it is a delayed offside.
Didn't see the touch, but I'll take his word for it. And Edina wins the face-off. Stop us if you've heard that one before.
You got 2 broken records doing this one for you on SCC TV, and we are glad to be here. Brought back in by Edina. And this one will go to Kavanaugh. And now here come White Bear.
Oh.
Back to neutral, and they can't keep control to save themselves at the moment.
Oh,
Shoemaker brought it over. Jungles.
Nice.
Save. No, it was in.
Yeah,
Jungles.
he had the first save, and then loose puck was just put right back in the net.
Jungles, I believe, will get credit for the goal. 24 on the year if that sticks.
Whew.
Or you could throw that to Nevers, too, judging by the flyby. We'll see. Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 38 seconds. Brutality at the Vadnais Sports Center as Edina is now up 6-1.
Fans are starting to file for the exits.
Puck is down, face-off won by White Bear Lake, but they can't get control until just there. It is Nevers' goal, second Nevers the goal, second assist for Jungles on the night. 16th goal of the year for Nevers, as this one's brought in by Edina and Malmquist. Malmquist lost it at the half wall. Back to Williams. I thought it hit a pad before it hit the pipe. 8:45 to go in the third period as that's kept in by Williams.
So Malmquist has a pair, Nevers has a pair. Malmquist has 2 assists, and Nevers has at least 1.
I've got Jungles with 2 assists as well. 8.5 left to go as White Bear not moving their feet.
No. Bears didn't show up tonight. I can't believe that this is the team that beat Stillwater at Lily Lake and has 17 wins on the season. They just don't look like that team.
And now here come the Bears into the offensive zone. Quick shot blocked by the Humanity off the stick of Kirk. How do you approach sections if you're a White Bear now, as you'll most likely fall to 17-4-1 after tonight?
Well, they still got the Suburban East. I mean, that's what they're playing for. And right now they're undefeated.
They've won the conference.
Yeah, they're undefeated in conference. So that's right now you're just trying to get better. And this was an opportunity, as I said, going into this thing as a measuring stick. Man, there's a lot of work to be done. They just didn't show up and compete tonight. There's just not a lot of fire, not a lot of jump. I don't understand it. I can see if you really think these guys are good, but this is a place where you've won a lot of hockey games. You're 9-0 in the season. I just didn't see the pride. I didn't see a lot of compete tonight.
Fratellone controls for White Bear Lake. And I'm not going to call White Bear's mindset a trap-style mindset, but this isn't, to your point, this isn't the White Bear team I even thought we were going to see on the way in. 7.5 to go in the third period of play as they battle for it at the half wall. Battle for control won by White Bear will send that one into another scrum before it comes off the stanchion, and the battle won by Edina. Now, like Atari would appreciate, the pong being played up the near side.
Your young listeners and viewers are not going to get that reference at all.
Fratellone kept it in for White Bear Lake. Klein now, as that one will be pitchforked in on the far side by Billy Rose. Now Edina looking to skate their way out and kick the extra point. That pass from Mark Overman, first time we've called his name tonight. Overman, they think, has 2 assists on the season.
Oh boy.
As that one is turned over to Klein. Kept alive by Edina, as that one will be gloved down by Foss.
The fourth line getting a little work out here tonight. They should get a lot of ice time down the stretch. Up 5 goals.
And I'd hate to be a team going into Braemar Arena down the stretch and even early into sections.
Have you ever seen that outdoor rink at Braemar?
No.
That's one of those things. Put in your bucket list. I mean, they do it right in Edina, and they put an outdoor rink with a cover on it with a beautiful view behind Braemar Arena. If you have an opportunity to call a game from out there, you need to go out there and at least check that out.
I'll definitely think of bringing you, too.
Uh-oh.
Brought ahead by Bill, but given right back to Edina. Now they bring it ahead, 2-on-1 up the right side. And a shimmy goes into the corner. Quick shot there delivered by Borst that got blocked by a skate. Now over into the far corner. That was Rugmer. Now into a scrum. Shoved into the wall was Ales. 5:47 to go in the game, as White Bear Lake looking for answers to questions that they have yet to ask themselves.
I think White Bear Lake is looking for the bus.
Brought ahead by New Power. They won't have to travel far, as it'll come to O'Brien. Edina will make a 3-hour trip back home in a celebratory way, I'm sure.
They won't mind being on the bus so long tonight. They'll be a little tired at school tomorrow, but it'll be a good kind of tired.
Jungles got that pass over to Williams. Pizza on the bus, I'm thinking, for the Hornets, as 5 minutes and change remain.
We could make Edina jokes and say it'd be, maybe beef bourguignon or something like that.
And I'm a Minnetonka skipper. I'd be on board with that. Puck stick down by White Bear, and Anderson with that stick down.
And with the puck.
Yeah. Anderson's outlet feed to no White Bear Lake Bear in particular, as Gunnar Johnson will send that one in. Dribble drive for the Hornets, not going to work as bodies crash into the wall. 4.5 minutes to go in the third period of play. Edina up 6-1 on White Bear Lake, as dancing around is Rose. Believe he lost the puck, as this one will come back out to center. And controlling for Edina looked to be Chorsky, but the pass eventually getting over to Malmquist, who has had himself a night. Now White Bears starting to move their feet a little bit with 4 minutes to go in the game. Touched over it by Foss. And now that pass intended for Hofeld. Edina with control. Stop us if you've heard that one before. Kicked out just out of the reach of Fratellone, and it'll go into the corner. And eventually it'll be found by Cooper Anderson. And you talked to Will after the first period. I'm not sure this was the game that he envisioned seeing when he came into the rink tonight.
No, I wasn't even too upset about the period the Bears had played. I kind of expected him to say I would have expected him to have a little more jump, but he seemed like he was okay with it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we're seeing Edina at their best, but I just don't believe we've seen White Bear at their best. I can't believe that.
Whistle and a penalty coming at
slash.
At 13:52. It is a slash, and that will send a Hornet to the box by the name of
Grant Morton, right? 11.
Waiting to see who will go. They're going to go with Colby.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Peter Colby.
So Colby for a slash at 13 minutes 52 seconds.
Colby giving it the classic. What? Me? Who, me?
Who?
And I'm not sure it was him. I think they maybe did get the wrong guy, but there you go.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
There you go.
3 minutes and 5 seconds
you
to go.
You go with Clapton's version or Peter Tosh or who?
Clapton, because I was raised on it. Into the corner it'll go. Edina with control as that one is found by Jake Klein. It'll come to Bill in the corner, and Bill looking for a teammate. He found Klein. Klein waiting for what? We don't know. Bill. Bueller.
Still on the perimeter.
Got it over to Alez, and a shot from Klein blocked. And actually it was on net, so that is White Bear Lake's 14th shot of the game.
It was a lot like the goal that never scored for Edina, the way the Bears worked it around to get the shot.
70 left on the man advantage for White Bear Lake. That has been more like a penalty kill.
There we go.
What have we here? We have words.
Mike Vorlicki got into a little bit with White Bears, I believe Jake Klein, and they exchanged pleasantries.
Are they going to take them both? It looks like they're going to take them both. So White Bear Lake.
I don't know how Meister got involved in that. I don't think he was the original combatant. I think that was Klein.
Meister and Vorlicki will sit for about all of the rest of the game but 12 seconds.
Yeah, Vorlicki took a pretty good right cross and then skated around a couple players and got one back, and he's still talking down there. I don't know what he did originally, but he took a pretty good shot to the beak.
Clock finally starting after a couple seconds, and now they get the music off as we have reached 2 minutes to go in the third period. So what's next we talked about White Bear Lake's road to sections. What do you do to improve, if anything, for Edina?
You build on what you had tonight. I mean, this is something that all four lines created scoring chances. They were very, very blanketing. Nice, solid job by Hogg in net. And you've just taken the number 7 team in the state and you beat them 6-1. You think for Edina, what you do is you come out here with no injuries and you stay hungry.
Brought ahead by White Bear Lake and Verkirk. Verkirk got it over the road. 85 left in the period.
Boys.
You got to shoot the puck if you're down 6-1. you're never going to gain success if you continue to make the pretty plays, and we've seen that all evening.
Yeah, a lot of floating, not a lot of drive.
Yeah, no movement on the part of White Bear Lake as New Power first to the puck for the Bears. Final minute of play here in the third period. Quick shot from Verkerk goes by the wayside. And now Bishop
inside of a minute
will control this. It rainbows to the neutral zone where White Bear Lake will pick it up. Brought in by New Power. And we have 40 seconds to go in the period before a whistle goes, halting play.
We come back down in the Hornets' end, 41.7 left. I'm going for the road, Bears. Win a draw, pop it in.
Edina's next game, by the way, against the Minnetonka Skippers on Saturday evening at Braemar.
Bet you all the tea in China that one won't be 6-1 either way.
That'd be a fun one to see.
Yeah.
They have Eden Prairie and at Wayzata to end the year. Do the Hornets.
That's a tough stretch.
25 to go in the period. All classic lake opponents for Edina down the stretch, or actually Lake Conference opponents.
How about the Bears?
We'll get that if we get a whistle.
10 seconds left.
10 to go as Edina will
flip it out. That'll do it.
Control, final 3 seconds. And that will do it. White Bear Lake falling to 17-4-1 on the year.
6-1 your final tonight. Edina just taking the Bears to the woodshed. Not a lot of fight, not a lot of punch for the Bears tonight. Disappointing effort by Tim Sager's squad.
This is the last game that White Bear Lake will play in this building until sections when they get there. They go to Rochester Century on a week from now, and then they finish the year with a game at Woodbury out at Bielenberg Arena. Final thoughts on what we've seen?
White Bear's got a lot of work to do. I mean, they've just seen what a state championship, a state tournament team looks like, and didn't look a lot like they look like. So they've just got to come out with a lot more fight, a lot more jump. I don't think the talent disparity is as great as what we saw here tonight, the 6-1 final. So they just saw the measuring stick tonight. A lot of work to be done.
Well, speaking of work, good to work with you as always.
You too.
And would love to have you back. But those of you who have been watching White Bear Lake Hockey on SCC TV, for Tim McNiff, Mike Peden, our producer, and the cast of A Few with us, Jeff Disher saying so long from the Vadnais Sports Center, where it is Edina who is proving why they're the #1 team in the state with a 6-1 victory over White Bear Lake. So long, everybody.